What it do, family? Peace, peace, blessings, man. Good to see y'all, man. You're looking beautiful. I see you. You're looking beautiful, man. Good. The energy in here is looking great. You understand me? I want to lock in a few things, man. My topics kind of evolved. They evolved a little bit, man. We go cover some of the same thing, but we gotta go in order with some things because it's really a lot to talk about today. You feel me? And I want to cover a few things, man, because we got to stay consistent. We got to stay updated with what's happening. And I rule the times. You feel me? At the end of the day, they just watch what we do and copy the blueprint. But peace to everybody, man. Where everybody tapping in and locking in from. Let me know. Let me know where everybody coming from, man. Drop your state. You understand me?
You
Drop your
understand
state.
me?
Boom. Get rid of that. Boom. Get rid of that. Boom. All right. Okay, we coming in from all over. Yeah, blessings and power to everybody, man. All right, so listen, I'm gonna go over a few things in order because on my Instagram I put a different title than I put on my YouTube, but I do want to talk about this executive order, so I want to get into it real quick. And my energy, man, I ain't gonna lie, my energy is up right now, and I can choose violence, I can choose peace, but I definitely go choose to teach today. You understand me? So I hope y'all ready to learn something and tap in. You know, hope we ready to learn something and tap in because it's a high level conversation at the end of the day. Every conversation I have is high level. You understand me? That's how we working. So look, on my Instagram, I put the title Biden, Dirk, Wallow, Web3, Crypto. You understand me? Whole nine. And the reason that I put that, and I didn't put it on the YouTube yet, but I just seen a clip, man, and this is something that I've been thinking about for a while, man. I see a lot of death and destruction, man, and I see a lot of young brothers, man. They really the soldiers of our culture, and unfortunately, we all got different flags. You understand me? And these flags separate us, and we end up murdering and killing each other. And some of the most fearless, some of the most powerful ones that, like my brother Wallow said, that they had that energy shift, and they haven't shifted it in the right direction. We got a standing army. You understand me? And it's the most dangerous one on the planet. But our feuds are so thick that we want to kill each other, you understand me, rather than unite for a cause of liberation, you understand me, and the protection of the people. And one trick of the devil is to make the people speak different languages, right? And believe that they're different based on their ethnic backgrounds, cultural rules, and rights. And they start gaining different flags. My flag is this color, mine is this color, mine got this symbol, mine from this coast and that coast. And they forget that the one thing that binds them all, you understand me, is who they are, they DNA, they skin. You understand me? The history of they people being family for thousands, millions of years, right? And so unfortunately, that becomes more important, right? Than the true thing that matters, which is who you are. You understand me? Because your nationality, you understand me, your ethnicity, right? At the end of the day, should be the one thing that say, that's my brother, that's my sis. We locked in, we good, we forever with it. You know what I'm talking about? But if I can get y'all divided, then y'all be fighting amongst each other, and y'all never look at the true enemy. Y'all are trained to kill each other because of your differences, and you will never look at the true enemy that's consistently putting you in these situations, destroying your quality of living, destroying your brother, your sister, building the prisons, creating environments. You understand me? Of detriment and death and destruction. And so you never ever be like, damn, that's brother. So we kill images of each other because we hate ourselves. Even look just like each other. We listen to the same music. We eat the same food. We dress alike. We have the same interest and taste. We live in the same environments. Yet we hate somebody in that environment when those are the people who are the most similar to you on the planet Earth. The people that you are connected with from a geographical basis are the people who are the most similar to you on the planet Earth. Yet those are the people that we kill and destroy the most. So when you have feuds of environments and those people go at each other and they murder and kill each other, it represents a deep ingrained hate that those people have for themselves, and they murder the greatest allies that they could have on the planet Earth. Imagine we go to China, and then we start to separate these people. Say, well, you know, you Chinese, but you Northern Chinese, and you Northern East Chinese, and you South Chinese, and you West, and y'all not supposed to like each other. You understand me? We get divided and broken down in so many different ways in sects that we become our worst enemy, and our best friends is the ones that we kill. I just want y'all to think about that for a second. That when it comes to the street dynamics of how we murder each other and how we kill each other, because we're going to get into the crypto, but when I get a message, I got to get a message. When you look at the people in your environment, because we do proximity murders, bruh who stayed down the street, they moms, him and his moms probably couldn't have been cool. Y'all couldn't be cool as friends. Y'all chose different flags, different sides of the war. You understand me? You associated with friends that got enemies with other people, and then by association, you guilty. So somebody want to murder you. Somebody dies from the ignorance of the beef. You understand me? It creates a blood feud, and now y'all got to kill each other forever. But if you literally think about the fact that the people that's in your environment are the most similar to you than anybody else on the planet Earth, and those are the people you are at war with, how can you expect to be able to survive any other war with any people otherwhere on the planet Earth when your greatest allies are your worst enemies? It ain't just Chicago. It was like that in St. Louis, like that in Oakland, and that's where I grew up. We had blocks dissected from each other. This block is a hood. The next block is a hood. Oh no, he deuce, he crip, blood, this, that. Same corner store. We got to go get our food. We live in the same food desert. We got to go get our junk food from the same corner store. But if I catch bruh there at the time that I'm going, we got to do something to each other. The whole time, if we would have linked up, man, you my bro. Like, we stay in the same neighborhood. Like, you family and them, like, we good with each other. Like, we ain't got no issue with each other. You my bro. Like, we go to the same school, live in the same neighborhood, went to the same middle schools. You understand me? Most likely in the same economic condition and plight. We got the same enemies. The police pulled up. They hate us. They put drugs on us. They kill us. You understand me? They throw us in prison. We in America. We share the same conditions that we're going to have to fight for growing up. These are my greatest allies, my greatest brothers. If I was able to link with them and we was able to build collectively, whether it's economically or militantly, you understand me? At the end of the day, man, game over. Think about that for a second. Like, if I was, instead of, damn, inherently, because I'm in this neighborhood and bruh in that neighborhood, we ain't supposed to get along. We automatically enemies because they on that side of the tracks. I'm on this side of the tracks. Instead, it'd be like, nah, that's bruh and them over there. Man, what's up, man? We family. You understand me? We in the same plight. We got to liberate ourselves from this. All right, how we go do it? Well, listen, man. My young brother, he know he got these certain skills. Look, I got business over here. My family over here. Let's start doing business with each other. Shit, we ain't got no money for resources. Let's pull some resources, man. Let's create a community bank. Everybody throw in some money. Bro got the idea. The community, you understand me? Spank you if you don't put the money back in that we just loan. We start, like, at the end of the day, we start operating like a family model. You understand me? But that's essentially the way that every other community does. But it sounds so crazy taking that idea, you understand me, and implementing it in our community, because we so backwards because we've been infiltrated by agent provocateurs. We've been infiltrated by the CIA, the FBI, you understand me, the local PD, the snitches, the the that come in and they make sure they drop the drugs and the guns off in the community. And then at the end of the day, they make sure that we don't have access to the same capital, because we don't only live in food deserts, we live in financial deserts. Well, we don't have access to the financial resources because in small communities and or in large families, they have some of the greatest abilities to be entrepreneurs, but without the resources, they can't get off the ground. So they need to be able to get the funding. And we blame rap music, but rap music is a symptom of the condition of America. Rap music is a symptom. And the issue is that the symptom perpetuates the disease, but it's not the cause. So to blame the rapper is completely missing the depth of the issue in the first place. The moment you blame the rapper for the issues that exist in the community, when he's literally creating a soundtrack to the reality that he live in and trying to find a way to get out of it by unfortunately utilizing a destructive, profitable product, because what he's seen was drug dealers and rappers, you understand me, become the ones that get the respect, get the love, get the money, get the women, get the heaven, the luxury, the money, the good homes, friendships of all walks of life. So of course he gonna want that. But that is a byproduct of it. That's not what started it. So blaming the rappers is doing a disservice to what our true solutions are. And so unfortunately, now it's about retraining the mind, especially those who get into it, get out of it, conscious enough to be aware of their involvement, saying that, no, you didn't create it. But you can also rap about different realities. You can also project different realities. But the issue is they can't do it unless we own the goddamn industries. How the hell if this label won't give me $1 million deal unless I'm rapping about drill mill, I'm rapping about killing niggas, I'm rapping about drugs, I'm rapping about the plight of the environment, perpetuating the frequency, then guess what? I can't get on to feed my family because I'm already living this. I go from living it to rapping about it. You understand me? And the only way I can get out of it is rapping about it. And the only way I can get on for somebody to sign me is rapping about it. And then once I get on, what I could have just been doing it, now my people's mad at me saying that I created the mess that I was born in. So how can we do it when we get to the solution of it? It ain't about blaming them. It's about controlling the narrative and the circumstances that create the conditions and the symptoms. You understand me? So once you're able to control those narratives, you say, okay, well, how the hell can we do this? Resources, resources, resources. The lack of education and resources is at the beginning of this. The lack of strength of brotherhood and sisterhood and fatherhood and motherhood is at the beginning of this. Because if you ain't got a father in the household and you don't have a good mother in the household because she now hates the man that's not there and teach the child to hate that man and talk about him, then he hates resenting becoming that type of man or a man, period. So he focuses on being the top boy. You understand me? In London, they call them the top boys. You understand me? In the streets, we call you that boy. You understand me? You one of them boys. It ain't about becoming a man in the streets because niggas don't work to become men because men were resented in the household. So it's a deep ingrained issue that we got to go deep into the trenches of the mentality that we have in order to be able to pull out true solutions. So anytime I'm going to mention wealth, I'm going to mention health, I'm going to mention family, I'm going to mention education, I'm going to mention resources. Because without those things, there's nothing we can do next. So when we talk about, let me take a sip of my tea real quick. I talk about technology, man. Technology is an extension of the solutions that we can have to start implementing, right? I talked about this like tokenizing behavior. If you go to the hoods of America and you pay them to stop the crime, they take, so NYPD has a bigger and a larger budget than the whole Ukraine army, and they trying to get more funding. NYPD has a larger budget than the whole Ukraine army, and Joe Biden is talking about giving them more funding. So I want y'all to think about that for a second. Why? Because it is not to change the communities, it's to go to war with the communities, to imprison the communities. Because the police officers are militant prison guards. It's not so that they can beautify the neighborhood, to take money and spending on the redevelopment of the neighborhood, redevelopment of the minds, changing the conditions. They can take those billions of dollars that they spend on policing, and then they can divest that money directly into the hoods of America. And that changes the necessity for the over policing in the first place. It's the simplest model. So any devil that comes up with a plan to consistently over police a neighborhood is so that they can perpetuate the shit, because they don't look at us as human beings. So when we voted for a devil like that, you understand me, and put a little lady devil under him, at the end of the day, it was to perpetuate the cycle, not to change it. So we talking about blockchain and shit, isn't it? Always talking about technology. Yeah, because the solutions is in there. Because technology in the crypto space is all about priming behavior, controlling reward and punishment. If the young brothers is broke without opportunity, education, and resources, and family, then guess what? That's what exactly we need to implement and push in there. So we build out models of social entrepreneurship that have social impact. We know the problem. So boom. My goal with all of this, right? I'm going to create jobs. I'm going to create funds. I'm going to create ways to where we can think about having real social impact, and we start to have experiments on how we can change what's happening in the hoods of America right now. Because if we can get our soldiers out the conditions of hating each other and working for the institutions that we build, we have a standing chance, because we already have a standing army that can protect whatever we build. They fearless soldiers with energy. Man, they can't touch the trenches of America. And that's some of the most brilliant and brightest minds out there is used to destroy each other. Right? So, boom, we step in front of the bullet and say, all right, listen, man, we understand, man, the food is terrible. The resources is terrible. The mentality that you're getting from your media and entertainment is terrible. Everywhere you go, you being impregnated and feed your mind with death, destruction, and disorder, instead of organization and life and constructive and productive thought. So you don't think about producing something for your reality. You think about destroying something for reality. So, all right, cool. Well, what happens if we introduce models of economics that can change the game? Well, why does the young ones follow the leader in the pack that get on and get the money? Because guess what? He can provide the resources. He got a standing army. Young bruh, they go come and do what you say. You paying for them. You become boss when you can pay them. Right? You like, if I need the soldiers to travel with me, I gotta pay my people to travel with me. We get Airbnbs, we get a hotel, we gotta move secure. You understand me? You gotta pay a whole organization and a flock to move with you, and you gotta pay more people because it's dangerous, because you start shit. So then it becomes a whole different type of game. But if you can be the boss to create the jobs in the neighborhoods, then they go listen to you. So how do you create a new boss then? Because it ain't about the single leadership begin, because corruption can take over the mind of leadership and destroy, you understand me, the opportunity for them to be guided in the right path. Right? So let's take Chicago, right? Oakland, St. Louis, each one of them got their own DAO, got their own token. The people are tired of the goddamn crime in that city. Instead of going out there to the ballot boxes and voting every goddamn second, what you can do is go to the local politicians and say, listen, and the governors, we want DAOs to become legal in the city as ways for us to be able to invest in the communities, and organizations can start to solve the problems for themselves. Right? I believe it's Wyoming where they allow a DAO to become an LLC. And we need y'all to lift the restrictions and limitations on what we can do with these things without trying to overregulate us when we start to move in capacities where we solving the problems for ourselves. The Chicago mayor is talking about, quoting, she got the biggest D in the city. You understand me? Women got an issue, right? And at the end of the day, need to be able to listen to the young guys to give them the game. All right, boom. Chicago, Oakland, St. Louis down. People in that city say, we tired of the crime rates. We tired of the murder. This shit been going on for far too long. You understand me? I grew up in St. Louis and Oakland. When I grew up, that was number 1 and number 3 on the highest crime and murder rates in America. You understand me? Everywhere I went, I know people that died. I know people that killed. You understand me? Allegedly. You know what I'm talking about? So, boom. All right. Well, what's the issues? How did it start? Drugs. You understand me? Gang violence, beef. All that shit comes from lack of family, lack of resources, lack of education. You understand me? So, let's do this then. Right? And bad diet, because you got to always throw that in there. You understand me? Bad gut, how you making wrong decisions. So we got the dad, we got the fun. These people decided to say that each citizen, hold on, let me look up how many citizens is in Chicago. How many citizens in Chicago? The population of Chicago. We can break this down right in front of y'all. It ain't really that crazy. You understand me? We be hiring these politicians to give us these weak ass spills about things they go do once they get elected, man. Stop that. Stop that. You understand me? Stop that. They ain't gonna do nothing. They liars. Almost every single last one of them is a liar. It's in 2019, it was 2.7 million people in Chicago. You understand me? So let's say Los Angeles is 3.9 million. Houston is 2.3 million, right? So let's just say of 1 million of those people, right, give $100. That's $100 million, right? 1 million people give $1,000. How much is that? Because we talk about taxpayer money, right? We talk about taxpayer money. So we want to talk about creating a $1 billion situation and then taking those funds, because one of the biggest issues in our community is the ways that they look and the ways that they developed, right? The schools are developed like prisons, right? And then the neighborhood does not inspire anything at all because it's not a beautified neighborhood. You understand me? And when you are in these environments, not only the neighborhoods are extensions of a prison yard at this point, right? Not to inspire a feeling of being free or being wealthy. There's not plants around. There's not access to nutrient available foods. If you don't have access to food just right in there, then it cuts off the thought process towards wealth and progress and longevity. Easier to get a piece of dried chicken than it is to be able to get an apple. What it does when you eat incorrectly, it prones you more to criminal behavior. You become emotional. You think less long term. You understand me? A person that cares about their health, that's a person I can trust more than a person that don't, because at least that person thinking about the future. We got too many soy boys. They throwing soy in the hoods of America. You understand me? That's causing all kind of issues within, especially the black man body, destroying the testosterone, the willpower, getting emotional, no longer want to fight and throw these to handle their issues and their problems. You go over there in London, you go over there in France, they got to fight a little more because they got less guns, because they didn't have the crates dropped off like they did in Chicago. They got less guns. So guess what? Now they got to throw hands to solve problems, issues, and situations. They got to learn more skill sets when it comes to being able to have conflict resolution. So the city say, you know what, bro, I like what you're talking about. How we go handle this, though? Well, let's go to the worst neighborhoods in America, right? And let's start divesting some of that budget where we directly paying the people, right? We paying the people and monetizing behavior, whether we're paying them to learn. Because when I went out to France, I'm sitting down with the folks. Did you, number one, you know, in France, their healthcare system is free, right? So like they got free healthcare. Not only that, they get paid. So it's harder to be homeless because you can get a stipend per month to get paid every month. If just by being alive, being a human being, like that's the decency of the society. It may destroy some of the ambition, but in America, let's be honest, we are one of the most greedy societies on the planet Earth. I'm leaving the airport and I get to London. They got the little carts where you put the bags on. All that's free. They helping you out. Nobody expecting a tip. All that's free. I'm just a human being helping you out. Why would we create an inconvenience and then pay you to be convenienced? You get to America, you got to pay for every single thing because it's about capitalizing and it's people over profit. It is not about human beings and designing a world to where it's better, to where we can increase the standard of living and we got empathy built into the business models. No, it's about I need to make a dollar off every single aspect of every single thing that I sell. So even when we become the billionaires and multimillionaires in our community, if we being honest, oftentimes is built off a mindset of greed. Because in order to become very successful, we have to be like white men. And so we don't often create business models based on social entrepreneurship. Man, I'm going to give y'all some blueprints today, man. We got some issues. Feel me? So when we're talking about social entrepreneurship, you got to look at the top scale of it, right? The social profit equation is being able to make doing good profitable, right? To where it also has an environmental profit, right? So you can solve the crime issues that exist in America, the education issues, the food desert issues. That's a social good. That's a social business, right? There's going to be an environmental profit, less death, less crime, increase in the real estate value in those areas and communities, which automatically increase the equity and the wealth of those who have ownership in those communities, right? We get gentrified all across America because we don't own anything. And then double down that if we do beautify the communities, the ones who own the communities are going to be the ones who get an increase in a surplus of wealth. So even by changing our communities and making them better, it will make everybody else wealthy. The surrounding communities who actually own it, because we don't own them. So the Asian man that owns it, the white man that owns it, the Arab landlord, all of them are going to get paid more by us increasing our community. So you would think that they would be invested into social business, but they're not, because they're not thinking about improving our community. They're thinking about improving theirs. So let's get to it. So once you get that, you got to have a value proposition. The stakeholders will be the DAO members. The DAO members are everybody who puts money into this DAO. They say, I believe in this cause. I want to help pay for the beautification and the change in the neighborhood. If I can put my monies there to change this neighborhood, then guess what? That's better than me trying to vote 1,000 politicians in, you understand me, to figure out how they can change it. That's better than trying to sweep the communities with the feds and RICO Act and all the other sort of different things that they try to do to change it by just locking up more black men. That feeds into a cycle, not stops a cycle, number one. So the stakeholders. But then you also got to have a product and service attached to it. So you got food bodegas, you got fruit stands, you got food trucks. You understand me? You making sure that they fed. The people, I was just talking to my brother Shaka Bars, man. We had a long conversation about this. You do good in those communities, right? It got to be profitable in the sense that it can't just be a freemium model. You understand me? If people get access to the food, get access to the education, then they have to work using their skill sets to work for the institution at the end of the day. We go to the leaders of the gang. Listen, man, y'all can keep down crime. We gonna pay y'all to keep down the crime. So if there's any murders, any crimes, guess what? It's gonna be a decrease in payment the next month. But if there's a decrease, then there's an increase. Then it gets to a point where it's gonna perpetuate itself because crime is a cycle. So once you take it out the generations and these people are able to consistently keep the crime down and that element out of the community, then they won't be in the pattern to commit it in the first place because they're going to have money. So they're not just going to go out and rob somebody. You understand me? They're going to be educated. So they're going to know different ways to be able to solve their problems, issues, and communicate. Right? We're going to be able to start merging the families back together by incentivizing families to stay together rather than to break apart. Because right now, if the man comes in a household and the woman is on welfare, then guess what? She loses that welfare. So now there's no incentivization, especially if the man is a felon. He can't get him a job. You understand me? And he's stuck in a cycle. So he can't. We know how this thing works. So you have to change the plan. The plan is right now, it incentivizes families to break apart. We have to incentivize families to stay together. Now, we know that a couple that stays together get paid together, right? increasing your household net worth. I'm getting paid. If I got 40,000, I'm getting paid. She got 40,000, 80,000. My brother Aristotle was breaking this down on investments. That women who are in relationships are better off because couples are getting paid more. You don't want to be out here alone, right? Create community banks. So another product of this social profit equation will be a community bank. Community bank come together, right? The way the community bank is, the community polices the loan. We will give microfinances. If you look up the Greenman Bank by Muhammad Yunus, he did this model in India where he was giving microfinance loans to women, right? And then it got to a point where the women ended up paying him back, proving his model that it actually worked. So it says that the community started to police. And this is really how economics was done at first in the first place. The communities policed it. So guess what? The community got them a bank. We give little Akbar down the street, say he want to open up a shop, he want to do something. Cool. He come with his business plan. Guess what, Akbar? You need the resources. Community go loan you. We'll give you that $20,000 you need. Now, guess what? You are a member of that community. So the sisters, the mothers, the aunties, the uncles, the aunts, they all live over there. The neighbors, everybody know you. Y'all grew up together. Now that community gonna make sure that you pay that back. Because if you don't, you let down that whole community, right? So, boom. Once you get that going right there, that incentivizes people to pour back into the communities that paid them and start to rebuild. These are models that are not theoretical, but are already happening today. But we just don't have those models pre-existing in our communities. Talk to me, right? So once you do that, you have what they call the economic profit equation, where you going over your sales revenue, and you got a cost structure. You have the capital that's being employed based on the amount of money that's being raised through the Dow. You understand me? And your goal is to make sure you have no economic loss. So the brother said Akbar needs a mentor. The community gonna be a mentor. That's the beautiful thing. The community is not going to let that business fail, because guess what? That's the community's money, right? So you gonna have mentors in the community as a byproduct. Oh, bro, want to start the business. Number one, we go support it, right? We go help him along the way, because if he fails, then he can't pay us back, and that's not good for the community. So you incentivize people to work together to help each other. You understand me? That's the whole point of the structure. That if this person failed, then we fail too. But if you win, then we win. That's game theory. Making sure there's a way where everybody wins in it, because you have to incentivize behavior for us to help each other. What is in it for me when it comes down to the bottom line, right? These are community structures that we can start to implement. So let's get back to it, right? And then, of course, on the value proposition, we have to think about what they call the value constellation, which is the internal value chain and the external value chain, right? Now, what I want to go to more so is production and manufacturing. Now, if this same community investing in production and manufacturing, right, and they have them a factory, and then members of that community want to start business, then they got vertical integration. So they do lateral finances, where you getting paid from your peers in your community. Vertical integration, where they're also producing the things, right, that members of the community are getting loans from in order to build out. Because at the end of the day, you really want to be able to do manufacturing and production, and that's the long-term goal for our community, especially when we talk about creating jobs. So if Akbar is successful, Akbar family gets to eat, that net worth goes up. They have more ability to be able to throw back into the community bank, right? They have more buying power to be able to buy assets, right? And so the community grows itself and grows itself. And then all of a sudden you see a desert, barren community that was filled with death, destruction, and disorder. Then all of a sudden there starts to be life, right? They start to have rituals of community. They love each other. They think about all of the memories that they growing up. So, let's say manufacturing is run by who? Run by the community. You take the money, because when you start to talk about, when you do the numbers game and everybody is taking a percentage of the money that they have and they throw it into a pot, that pot grows fast, right? All of a sudden you have millions upon millions. And then if you can prove business models to where you have a bank, and then that bank can start getting loaned by other banks, You understand me? And then you take that money and then you leverage either the assets or you leverage the business equity to be able to go get more. It's going to have business credit and the whole nine. For every problem, there's a solution, brother. And even if I don't have the solution, there's still a solution that I just don't know about. They all exist, right? So what I just laid down, right? You're not going to see a politician lay down. The reason they won't do it is because voters don't think long term. Voters need something short term. That's the crowd mind psychology. Give them something short term. You understand me? Give them something short term and they will vote for it. But if you give them something long term, because people have a mental myopia, the inability to think far, they're only stuck in survival mode. That's why politicians do not run on long-term solutions. Only things that can synergize the people from short-term conditions that they feel like will affect them right now. So if I say that, listen, man, we go add a tax and we go charge y'all, you understand me, an extra $50 on your taxes, and they'll be like, nah, I'm cool on that. I don't like that. But if we say, you know what, we're gonna add 10 cents on every bag that you get at the grocery store, I can handle 10 cents. And then when you think about it in a year, by the time you get to those taxes, it didn't add it up to more than that. But when you think in short term, you feel like you can take the hit because it's small, because you're not thinking long-term equivalence on how it adds up. So this is the way that they package and model bills when they represent it to the people, because the people are short-term crowd-minded, right? So that's the DAO structure, right? Tokenize that with a cryptocurrency and the people got their own circulating economics, right? They lend you money. You got to take that money and put it into whatever system that you want to. So let's get to it, man. This is why I like to just go where I allow spirit to take me, because it allowed me to just get to it, man. I be getting to it. I be getting to it. You know, they took my badges away on Instagram for saying something about the war in Ukraine. All I said was America was built on war. I didn't lie. But we live in a society now that if you tell the truth, you can get banned. I said war not really that crazy because we go to war all the time. We steal resources. That's true. War on Iraq. Come on, war in Iran. You understand me? See what we did to Gaddafi? We do it all the time. We know that God in America is gold, oil, and drugs. Pharmaceutical companies. We go to war for the oil. You understand me? And then that gold reserve is the lifeline. We know what it is. But the truth got to get out regardless. You got to continue to speak it regardless, man. I ain't afraid of that. You understand me? Sometimes these platforms, they can't handle that. They can't handle that. You feel me? But I know for a fact that even the white folks that watch me, I had a white couple that came. They said they drove 250 miles. I think it was 250 miles. They came from Scotland to London to come see Keys. Because they say it ain't somebody like that in their vicinity, that they had to be close to that energy. You understand me? The Asians that's on here, Mexican brothers that's on here. You understand me? Whether you're in France, every country I go to is somebody that's tapped in. Don't listen. Heaven is luxury, money, friendships. You understand me? All walks of life, homes. Like that's heaven. And we building that. So listen, what did Biden do? America is in trouble right now. America is in trouble to where they can't afford to outright ban no cryptocurrency. They can't afford to do over taxation and over regulation because they need it. Because there is a war for currency, a war for monies, a war for trade that's going on right now. Right? And America has been losing the race of innovation and invention. When America used to be up, and these are things that an empire is required in order to maintain its power. So, wait a minute, they don't want China to win. Joe Biden said, let's break down what Biden said, Sleepy Joe. Let's break down what Sleepy Joe talking about, because he was big woofing like he was about to cut the water off. He was woofing like he was about to cut water off. You understand me? It looked like he pulled a Russian move. They say they don't like Putin, but he did exactly what Putin did. Putin acted like he was gonna cut the water off. He's like, nah, I'm gonna give y'all extension. I'm just playing. He ain't do nothing. So what happened? I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, man. Because I just had an interview and I talked about. They asked me about this, and I predicted this exact thing what happened because I study and I understand what's going on. You can't give away the fear. You understand me? These companies right now are piling into cryptocurrency. Every large major hedge fund is creating a division specifically for cryptocurrency investments. It was a time where they was afraid to say crypto. They was treating it like it was the worst thing on the planet. Now all of a sudden, you see them jumping in, piling millions and billions and institutional money into it. The government owns cryptocurrency as well, and they have to be able to get them a CBDC. The United States of America is an empire. It's a corporation that is a corporate empire. It has physical influence, right? And then it has influence over the people where it influences the way people think, the way people dress, the way people move, right? Everybody wants to be like the West, but the veil is being lifted where you go, people saying, I don't even really want to visit no more. Because Black Americans specifically, Moorish Americans specifically, the copper colored people, the melanated people, the Native Americans have destroyed the brand of America as this fake Western superpower that is just all good to his people. And the American dream is just amazing. See, this is why they hated Malcolm X. Malcolm X will start talking about human rights. They said, wait a minute now. Don't go around the country tarnishing our good name while they building their NATO alliances. They doing their UN works. They working to police the entire country. America is the world's police. That's what their army does. So they have physical influence by having military infrastructure and presence in every country, right? Or they have influence over the people, right? So that's what gives the empires their sway. Only one other empire that don't even know they're empire that has that kind of influence without physical presence of military might in different jurisdictions, and that's the Black culture. We have influence in every single place in the world through music because our culture is a multi-trillion-dollar export of influence. Everybody wants somewhere in every country, somebody wants to be like the Black Americans. Everybody knows this to be true. Everybody knows this to be true. I thought we wanted to come for some high-level conversations. We coming for high-level conversations, right? Everybody knows this to be true. Talk to me. So, peep game. So, boom, $1 trillion export. We own none of it. I go out to Africa. I went to South Africa. What up, my nigga? Fuck you talking to? It felt disrespectful. I almost wanted to slap blood. But I realized that our influence that we export teaches them how to communicate with us. Because hip-hop is a one-world system of communication. It is one of the most advanced cultures and systems of communication. The brilliancy and intellect that goes into the creation and fabrication of music, even what you consider to be dumbed down, is the mastering of music, frequency, vibration, rhythm, pattern, tonality, to where they have the masterful ability to create hit records and hypnotize an entire group of people to where they can magnetize them and have them under a spell, and they are creating rituals and cults on a daily basis. These young brothers is bright. Don't you ever think they stupid. They just have a different type of intelligence. Because what we didn't realize in school, that there's different type of intelligence. So it's masterful, but we don't own it. What happens when we own it? Oh man, we become so powerful. We become so powerful. Impossible to stop. So boom, that $1 trillion export, we can cut off everybody water as an empire. We already got influence in every country. Then we send delegate. I ain't even got to break that down. Y'all know what it is. It's high level. We can talk dangerous or we can speak safe. It's high level though. So let me get back to this infrastructure report, man. What's Sleepy Joe talking about? Sleepy Joe ain't talking about nothing, man. Let's get back to it though. Right? So, Biden signs executive order mandating study of federal crypto policy, including cybersecurity and U.S. digital currency. Boom. Now, I recently had an interview where I broke this down already. We talk about, listen, y'all know I had, before this came out, I talked about my next master class and what I was going to teach was the future of money. So I'm flying through this report. And one of the things that they put in the executive report is the study of the future of money. Because they watching Big Keys over here. Them White House analysis probably watched the EYL episode or was tapped into the podcast. Say, man, Key said we got to understand this stuff that's going on. Otherwise, we're gonna get locked. But I seen the books he was reading, because you don't understand that they really tap into us for that kind of energy. Y'all think this a game. I know the facts. I know what's happening. Right now, he didn't put out any illicit things. So it say Joe Biden signed an executive order requiring federal agencies to engage in broad review of their policies relating to cryptocurrencies and digital assets. So, not very specific, requiring federal agencies to engage in a broad review of their policies regarding. So, review them, but he didn't tell them exactly what to do yet. He's giving them power to decide. The order represents the first ever whole of government approach to addressing the risk and harnessing the potential benefits of digital assets in their underlying technology, right? What's most likely going to happen is states are going to have the ability to decide for themselves what cryptocurrency means. Feds are trying to figure out CBDC, central bank digital coins, and trying to figure out how they can get the formula right, because they need the right formula. If they don't have the formula right, then they can destroy the whole economy by putting out a central bank digital coin. Right now, the feds have the ability to print money. They don't have the ability to destroy money, which gives them more inflationary and deflationary powers. You understand me? Because with too much money in the circulation, it decreases the value of the money. So if they have a digital money where they can just snap their fingers and decrease circulation, you understand me, by burning the tokens, then they have deflationary powers. But it's dangerous because the whole thing about cryptocurrency, number one, is transparency. And the banks are going to want to turn it to private, where the transactions are between you and the bank. They have power and discretion over when you do a KYC to decide who can and who cannot get cryptocurrency, which is dangerous because then they can limit financial access based on discriminatory practices that we know have existed. And the whole point of this thing is to try to circumnavigate the central powers that be, because these damn banking, you understand me, cabals have never done us right as a people. Right? Let me pull up my notes real quick. I be having to study this stuff, man, because when you look at the war on Ukraine, guess who's getting it worse? Black people in America. And I'm talking about in America, right? Why I say that? When the prices of everything rise, the person who couldn't afford it at first definitely can't afford it now. So if the gas double up and you couldn't afford a full tank, now you can only afford half a tank, limiting your resources and distance and work. Now you got to spend more money on, and it's putting a strain on the everyday family. But us limiting and putting sanctions in a war with NATO. And when they was forming NATO, we were still fighting for our rights in this country. So a promise they made while we was fighting for rights in this country to another country that has a lot of racist neo-Nazi ties and that doesn't even and is very anti-black. We in our government got black people in America suffering from that still. So it's a dangerous game. Yeah, it looks great on paper. Man, I stand with these people in Ukraine. No, I stand with my people in America who have to face the consequences of our government backing a people that, and they don't even back their own people. So you can go send billions of dollars and go to war for them, but the army in America is against us. We fight for our rights and you fight for their rights. Man, talk to me, man. So let me get back to it, because this, when y'all catch me like this, man, I'll be on it. So, number one, issue with this cryptocurrency CBDC coin. They centralized, right? Non-transparent. They are permissionless, public, open source. This is what the CBDC coin would be. And on the flip side, of course, a decentralized CBD crypto would be more so about no centralization, of course, transparency, right? Um, it will still be public and open source, right? So we got to look at these things and understand, how does this work? A crypto supposed to represent financial freedom. CBD is representing financial control because it's giving them the power to control all the mechanisms of this cryptocurrency. Now, the Bahamas and Nigeria have already laid out CBD. So if you want to go study their model, they've already laid it out. I think it was 2020. So there's already an issue of the CBDC coin. Go take a look over there, right? And they're finding ways to be able to control these people so they can control the finances. The whole point about this bank is about control. It's all about control. And the whole point of crypto thesis was about freedom. So getting a CBDC coin is the anticlimactic thing we want to run towards, right? Yeah, that gold water activated. I'm on my gold water. I'm on my pure moss, man. Y'all listen, the nootropics, do not play with that nootropic energy, man, to get my brain stimulated and going. I'll be active. All right. So look. So at first they could just make their own money. Now they can destroy their money. They can just make and destroy their money, giving the feds more powers. So that's a plus for them. But the US dollar is at risk. So the CBDC coin, the suggested use is that it's not going to be backed by a paper dollar. So it's just going to be a digital dollar, not backed by anything, right? Even though we know the dollar is a debt note, not backed by anything either, right? You got to understand the game on what is money, because right now a dollar is just backed by the faith and the belief in the system of the dollar itself. You know what I'm talking about? And then when you study Switzerland and you study China, high level conversations. Don't play with me, man. All right. Privacy, intermediary, transferability, identity verification. So these are not good. The intermediary is the bank having that intermediary the discretion over this cryptocurrency, right? Um, can y'all hear me? All right, cool. We back on it. Well, I thought they was trying to mess up my sound for a second. All right. So identity verification. I don't like KYC, man. I like the idea of you being able to create private financial situations, right? But of course, they want to regulate that. You understand me? At the end of the day, there's always going to be a workaround. Cryptocurrency was not created to work in regulation. Cryptocurrency was created to work around the current system and structure and or order. Do I want a completely cashless society? Absolutely not, because it gives them way too much power and discretion over the ability to control money. You understand me? Way too much power. So we not doing that. All right, let's get back to it. It says, of course, that's they gonna be able to collect taxes, right? Um, and people be able to make benefit payment. So one way that they could encourage people, black people, of course, to jump into this CBD so fast, if they say we go start handing y'all reparations, right? Or we're going to start issuing payments to the people of America. You understand me? Because things get so bad that we say, listen, we will start giving out social welfare payments in the tune of $2,000 a month. Guess who getting them CBDCs? They jumping into them digital government wallets so fast, they give up your retina, your thumbprint, your DNA to try to get them payments because people gonna need it. So that's a way where it could be like, listen, if you ain't got it, we can't send it to you. Boom, that's just simple. Look, I done hit my and everything. So, that's the way that they're going to use. And then they can be able to automatically collect taxes. If you owe them money, they just snatch it and take it away. Right. And then with all of your transactions being connected to a digital wallet, it's going to be easier for them to be able to compute what you owe with your taxes at the end of the year. They're going to be sending you a report before you even know about it. So they're going to sell it in a form of making it safer, making it easier. You understand me? And then people are going to buy into it. This is just how it's going to happen. But so financial inclusion is one thing that they're going to try to sell it on. The fact that it allows people to have financial inclusion who otherwise are underbanked. Because even in the hoods of America, we still underbanked. A lot of people ain't got a credit card, don't have a bank account. You understand me? So it limits their ability to move in certain avenues. So financial inclusion is something that everybody actually needs, right? One of the dangers of it is cybersecurity. Once cybersecurity hit, you're talking about creating something that can be quantum resistant because they got quantum computers. You understand me? Compute at amazingly high speeds and trying to hack these systems. So they have to make it so unhackable. And that is a mathematical equation. So if it's not unhackable, right? And a lot of people don't understand a blockchain. I'm going to give y'all this analogy. I was reading this in a book. They say you go to an island, there's 150 families on this island. Each family has a tree, right? Now, while and then you go to these families and you tell them that, listen, man, each family gets one tree. You understand me? And you tell this in front of everybody that's there. So everybody hears it, right? Now, let's say that when this person come back, they find that two people or one person has two trees, right? And when a person came back that granted everybody these trees, they say, wait a minute. They go to the system and they ask everybody, they say, why is it that one person has two trees and everybody only has one? Well, 149 of them people gonna be like, you understand me? This family over there has two trees and they're not supposed to own two trees. You understand me? They are the ones throwing off the system. And the reason that it'll be able to work, because essentially the way the blockchain works is that it's verifying multiple sources all at once. You understand me? With complete transparency to make sure that it's unhackable, unmutable. You understand me? And it's a trustless system, right? So anytime somebody trying to do something, because everybody, all these computers are verifying these transactions all at once, it's going to be impossible for one person to be able to hack or steal or lie about something. And because it's complete transparent, we told everybody at once what the rules were. Everybody was there to be able to verify. This neighbor was there, that neighbor is there, that neighbor is there, et cetera, et cetera. But what's even better is that it's a computer. So let's say that 149 people decided that they wanted to lie. The way that the smart contract works is that the computer get the transparency, get the mathematics, right? Computer not gonna lie. It just gonna do it automatically. The computer is gonna automatically say, well, it's this person, because the computer is a mathematical formula, you understand me, that is supposed to automatically act, right? Without human interference, that you can change things. Because we know with contracts and the banks be changing stuff all the time. You into one contract with the bank, we can change these fees this month. You understand me? Well, we can now charge this, that, and the third. But if it's a smart contract, no, brother, wait a minute. Nothing gets changed. You can't go back in there and start changing things and manipulating stuff. It's a smart contract. I get my money, you get your money, we out to go. I explained the concept of blockchain to children and NFTs to children the other day, and they all understood it. You understand me? And I know that we can too. So the computer is that whole village, except the computer can't lie. And the whole thing about blockchain is that it's mathematics. That's all it is. NFTs are tokens. We always stop at the non-fungible. We get caught up in the non-fungible because people don't understand what fungible means. But it's a token. And so it's a verifiable digital token that is on a transparent system that cannot be double money, where you can't spend it twice and two people own the same one. So once these systems were created, we start thinking about all these creative ways we can start using it. And artists said, well, damn, that's what's up. If I create a piece of art and now I can make sure that only one person owns this or 1,000 person own it, now I got a different way to be able to set supply and demand value. I can create marketplaces, right? Then we started looking at, wait a minute, if we can verify that one person owns it, it's transparent, they can't change it, they can't hack it. What if we use this as a system of membership or verification as like a ticket or something? So boom, if people start thinking about all these different ways, well, what are some of the systems that can benefit from this that historically have been hacked, right? There's been fraud, there's been scams. So they said, well, let's start utilizing these tokens as ways to verify, create membership, create secondary sales, create new contracts, create a whole new world system. Then black people get to the point, well, we've been having these problems. Let's think about ways we can start solving our problems by utilizing this blockchain technology. So we didn't know how to come together. We have problems with issues of trust in our community. We ain't got to trust each other. Boom, that's out. We want to be able to buy businesses, invest together. Like all of these different things can now be solved here. That's the beauty of it. But so hold on, people. I'm on live. They cut me off on Instagram without warning. I was dropping too many jewels. Too many jewels. I was dropping too many jewels. I had 1,300 people over there. Listen, man, if y'all enjoying this, number one, get a badge in the chat. Let me know y'all appreciating this. You understand me? I got a lot that I want to build, man. And basically, the whole buy in order, he ain't really say too much, but they're investigating the future of money, how to create CBDC coins. They're saying that they want to be leaders in innovation when it comes to cryptocurrency. You understand me? And the models of cryptocurrency so that they can have control. You understand me? And they can be at the forefront of innovation and inventiveness when it comes to the crypto industry, which is a plus for crypto right now. So that's why you see Bitcoin has shot up to 42,000 because of that, right? And America cannot afford to stifle and drop the bag. Otherwise, they're going to lose the opportunities for them to be able to maintain world economic power. You understand me? So we have to pay attention. Now, if you like the style of teaching that I do, man, I go on these had these conversations, and we get in and we go in on it. You understand me? I want to make sure that everybody has a complete understanding of this market. I'm going to be teaching the future of money. They definitely dropped the bag, blockchain monkeys. I'm going to be dropping the future of money. I'm going to be doing a mindset focus and development class. Man, appreciate you, Aisha and GFM. Man, I appreciate everybody getting them back. Man, appreciate you, Dave Vizzy. Man, y'all must have think I didn't drop some jewels today. I think I gave a super master class today, like a high level. And if y'all think this was something, this was just me going off my mind. You understand me? This not even the preparation of how I teach and how I really go, um, and how I really go over things when, we putting together a master class. So everybody here should be a part of, you understand me? Everybody here should be a part of Infinite Wealth Strategies. You should have a membership. I'm going to give you access for a whole year to get access to the courses, the live classes, the teachings, the crypto, the NFTs, the strategies, the knowledge, the information. And it's really going to allow you to be able to improve your life, change your net worth, and learn how to navigate in this world by being more informed. You understand me? As a top thought leader in the culture, I got to make sure that I continue to have knowledge, I continue to learn, I continue to grow. So what I'm going to do is I am going to drop a link in the chat, and there's a link in the description of here as well. But y'all got to let me know if y'all want this or not, because what I'm going to do is right now it's $1,100 to get in. I know everybody ain't got that. But press one. Man, appreciate you, My Point of Blue. Appreciate you, Me and the Moon. Appreciate you, Mary Budley. If y'all want to get in, and if I drop it at 333, if I get enough ones in the chat, and I'm gonna drop it for 333, y'all get access to it. And I got a link that I'm gonna send where y'all can even break it down into payments. So press one if that's what you want, but it's gonna be for today only for people that's on this live that take action with this. And then I'm gonna set it up right now in front of y'all so y'all can get access to it right now, because everybody won't even be able to see this video to be able to get access, because I don't always mark it when I do things like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the coupon and get a sponsorship set up for everybody that want to tap in. So let me calculate what that would be, how much I got to take off. It's because it's 1,111, right? 3. So I got to take off $778 in order for you all to be able to get access at the $338 price. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the coupon code 333. I got to specify which product I'm going to do it for, because I'm just coming up with this right now. I didn't have this game plan set, but anytime the economy is in disarray and I teach like that, man, I got to make sure y'all be able to stay in, not just being a part of it for a moment. Because we got a dope community that we building, and when I'm gonna be introducing all my ideas to the community first. You understand me? All of them go to the community first. So boom, I just created it. I'm going to drop this link and set it up on my community, right? So the way it do is I have a text link for those who know, y'all in the know. Boom, I'm setting up the text link. We go into settings. So what you will have to do is, okay, let me see. I need more ones. I need to make sure that the people want it. Appreciate you, Ashe. Appreciate you, D Brownlee, man. Y'all are coming through, man. Appreciate it. You know, I like to when I get inspired, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta come out here and teach. You know, this is my calling. I do this for love, man. If you do it for love, you can do it for life. Remember that. Boom. All right. If you do it for love, you can do it for life. All right. Boom. I just saved it. All right. So it's gonna work for the rest of the day. That's the way I got it set. So you got to text 333 to 323-577-6692. Or use promo code 333, or it might be automatically there. Appreciate you, the beautiful alchemist. I'm gonna pin it right there. So y'all got right now to be able to join in, and what you're gonna get access to. Boom. So this is what you're about to get access to. I'm about to drop the link in my bio as well, so it'll be up there for the rest of the day. Then it's going down at 12 midnight. Meta Chef Speedy, I appreciate you locking in. So make sure y'all go get in right now. So listen, so the ones I'm about to add, I'm going to be adding, and give me time to add the Web3 course, right? Future of Money course, right? How to become a high level communicator, because all of these things are necessary. High level mindset training for a more focused and developed mindset. We already have in there. Let me give y'all a list of everything that's already in there as well, so y'all know exactly what you're tapping in. You got the NFT equation course, where we give signals about NFTs that you can buy. You understand me? Trade, will give you updates about the whole market. So the students in there making money. If you overseas, you have to join my Telegram group, right? So once you join the Telegram group, I'm gonna drop the link in that description, in the group. So the order to join the Telegram group, you're gonna have to go to my stories, and I'm gonna drop a link there. Or DM me directly on Instagram if you want the link, and I'm gonna send you the $333 link. So listen, it got the crypto course, tokenomics, learning how to find, buy, sell, trade cryptocurrencies. You understand me? The book writing strategy, where I teach you my strategies on how to be able to create an ebook in 3 to 4 weeks so you can become an author, put it on the blockchain, start earning cryptocurrency. You get access to 2 discords, the IWS for a year, and the NFT signals, where you can start doing NFT flips. You get access to the wealth standard course, content creation strategies, our transcendental meditation, our mindset mastery audit course, learning how to learn course, live classes Mondays taught by my pops. You understand me? Our women development course, for better business, being able to get over trauma. We have a setting up your trust, right? If you want to set up trust in a state, and then learn private law, right, and status correction, we teach you how to do that. That goes towards like nationalities and a bunch of different things. You can set your family up, right? And then I'm gonna make sure I throw in this bonus option strategy. But at the end of the day, right there, knows that's gonna set you up where if you study that, like you going to college, you study that and you teach that to yourself, your children, the people around you, you in the game, you solid. And I'm gonna start bringing back these Sunday consultation sessions where I just speak to the family, and I'm able to get a game directly to y'all. So people, do not miss out. Once you get in, send a receipt to the Wealth Strategies Instagram, and we're going to give you access to the Discord. Right? I see Anthony McKinley just locked in. You understand me? So people tapping in, do not miss out. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for being here, for tapping in. Please do not miss out on this, because I want y'all to hit me later talking about it. There go a link right there. Boom. So you can text that number or you can click that link right there. I'm going to pin it. Screenshot that number if you need it, and then click right there if you need it. So you go DM. Yeah, everybody been hitting me about the communication course. This is why I'm going to put together a high-level communication course. So, I feel like it's a necessity, man. We are in communications right now. Boom. So the wealth strategies _ on Instagram. The wealth strategies _ on Instagram. So you get a membership. You understand me? For a whole year, you only got to do one-time payment. You understand me? And I have a way where people can break down the payments as well if that 333 is too much for you. So at the end of the day, we make sure there's no excuses for our people to get this information. Just want y'all to understand that. Yeah. Knowledge is power, man. Get you some. Boom. All right. I will send a link in my Telegram for the breakdown of the price, but that one won't be available yet. So you got to wait for that one. But it will be in the Telegram group. Boom. And I'm about to send out a link. Here we go. All right. So thank y'all for tapping in, man. It's been a high-level conversation. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Telegram group, make sure you go to my stories. I'm about to put a link on there right now. Make sure everybody can get in. If not, let me actually go and drop a link in the description of this video as well, so you can click that and get access. Boom. So we locked in. Appreciate you. All right, and let me go ahead and drop the Telegram link before I leave, because I drop stuff in that Telegram that I don't drop everywhere. Boom. So that's the Telegram link. Wait a minute. That's not the Telegram link. That's the course link. Trying to get the Telegram to pop up here. Boom. DM receipt. All right, boom. Come on now, let's make this work. You said the website changed to the full price. Let's see. Let me see if it's working. Nah, try it again. It's working. Try it again. It's working. Or use discount code 333 at the end. All right, family. I got to get out of here. Man, appreciate your Rodaville and everybody that, you understand me, threw some paper to it. Boom. I don't know why this Telegram is not sending. It's okay. I'll drop it on my stories right now. Peace. Appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all in the Discord ASAP.